7 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Roll call. Bench. Present. Chisholm. Present. McSparron. Absent. Smith. Present. Van Dorn.
Present.
Okay. So our first item on the agenda is a budget review. What you have in front of you in your hands there, fellas. There are two kind of stressful meetings there. We kind of figured where we're going. I think we've got something that we can get published hopefully tomorrow there and get it in the paper. So we can start the approval process. Ina, is there anything?
One thing that will make you guys happy on the front page is the total property tax amount that would be going down on this budget. So everybody's nice having to do this. And the valuations were down a little bit up the top this year from what they were the prior year. Otherwise, pretty much everything there is pretty close to the same. Like about the third page in is the comparison of 2017, re-estimated 2018 and 19. So the re-estimated numbers here are a little bit different than what they had in the original budget. And we ended up pretty close, like on the general, to where it started with the re-estimation. It's a little better than what the original budget, I think it was like 113,000 minus on the original one. A lot of that change took place during this fiscal year, moving into next fiscal year. Total governmental showed a little bit negative, but it's less negative than it was for this year. Anything else anybody wants to know on that one? Next one, so the next couple sheets after that are just re-estimation. So I took my first 12 months and calculated based on that, adding anything that I knew that might be a one-time thing that came in that second half of the year that wasn't on the first. So that's the numbers that carried forward into that 3-year calculation after we did the re-estimation. And then it goes into, after that re-estimation part, that's next page is where we start those expenditures. And these are the numbers we've been going over and over the last 2 meetings, figuring out what we were going to put in all these categories. So I don't think anything really changed here from when we talked the last time, other than down in culture and recreation. In the last few years, they have put all of it under general fund, but I moved over the part that she gets from the county and the state that don't come directly into us, it goes to her. So I moved it over in that other column, and that makes our general fund look a little bit better on that line item. The last couple years, it showed 14,000 for her budget. Her approved budget by her board was more than that, so I'm not sure exactly what the difference was on that, why hers was different and what they had. We did the $250 for the museum for that new 28E. The Parks Department, they're going to pay some of their expenses this year for the ballpark, so that reduced that. We did take the amount out of the cemetery that we were talking about. So that kind of how that totaled up. And then on the next page, I don't think there's anything different there. It's just the salaries and things that we had in before. I got the estimate from the insurance company for the liability part of what it would be this year. And that City Hall and general buildings is just all of those other things added up that we were going through on the last couple of weeks to plug into that. And let's see, it shows down at the bottom still a negative 97,772 in general. Hopefully, we can get some things going this next year that'll kind of help us out on some of those things that, not so much in the general, but bringing in more money in the proprietary and things to kind of get us back on track. The revenues, all of this pretty much just pulled in from the tax calculation. The numbers, like for licenses and permits and use of money and property, I used the same numbers they had last year. I haven't seen enough things coming through to know what the different amount would be for next year, so I just kind of went with what we had. The other state grants reimbursement calculates from another page on what we put in there as well. The 24,000 miscellaneous is hopefully selling the house and any other odds and ends that would fall into that. Just a guess, we have no idea really what that amount would end up being. So again, we have our still a negative at the bottom on the general. Okay, going across there, far out column shows the revenues 17, 18, and 19 compared. The 17 had all of that money coming in from the sewer project, so that looks extra high compared to 18 and 19. 19 is just slightly lower on the amount budgeted for coming in. So I think if we can get the rates raised, like on the garbage and the water, that would come back up to where it's probably a little higher than what we're showing there. The next page is what the adopted budget looks like at this point. Again, having those 3 years there for comparison. The debt page, other than our sewer project, and those couple little things that we're making payments on for jobs that were done a year ago, we're pretty much out of debt now. We don't owe anything on the building, or by the time we get to July 1, there won't be anything on that Kansas State, and what is left is paid by the fire department. So this is the only debt that we have to show on there. And I have some extra blank pages there that you guys need to look at. So then this back part is the notice that would go in the paper. There's a shrunk down version of it for the printing. I just printed off the whole thing. I printed both of those. They should look the same. So this shows basically, again, the comparison of the budget for all 3 years. It shows our tax rate, and our hearing date then will be the 12th of March. Any questions?
Nope, I'm very glad that you put that revenue that the library brings in, so people understand when they see $17,000 that that's not the city spending $17,000. That's including our state and our county and our city allocation. And then whatever fundraising and grants and other things that we do, that's all funneled through the city. So,
and the fundraising, I actually kept under the general. Just the things coming from taxes and stuff.
Okay, but at least the guaranteed funding from the state and the county, you've got that, so people can see that all of that isn't coming out of the city's pocket. And then that 6,200 instead of 4,500, does that include the tax levy for the?
Just your estimates on some of the fundraising and
Oh,
stuff.
okay, okay. I wondered if that what that was. All right, thank you.
Any questions or anything, guys? I would anticipate, like I said, our revenues hopefully changing as we raise the garbage rates that we kind of talked about, and then go forward with raising the water rates, generating more revenue for the proprietary funds. I did speak with Kelly at the auditor's office over the weekend. She was yet to get back to me about getting the general fund or the local option sales tax, if we could switch our purpose for that, switch it to general fund relief. She wasn't sure we could do that without the city of Ottumwa, with them being the biggest city, and she had some research to do before she could get back to me. If we do that, that'll open up a lot of money for us, make that general fund number, hopefully bring it down, and let us be a little more flexible with that local option money.
So what are you thinking about? What would your new purpose of that?
General fund relief, which is something that we talked about with Mary Beth that we can use it for.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, what do you have, capital projects?
It's capital projects right now. Yeah.
So a lot of things can fall under that.
Under the capital
There's probably
projects
some
as well.
things now that you could use it for under capital projects.
Our the payment on with the sewer project alone, that wouldn't be one, that would not be.
No.
I was wondering maybe we'd be
Okay.
able to use it for Chad. That's what I was wondering, get that payment offer back. Since the camera's running, I think most of the people know we're paying $5,200 a month in payments on
Different things.
different things that is kind of a problem.
But that was the sewer project, right?
Yeah, that was a lagoon project, yeah. So I don't know whether we can or not, but it's been discussed, so.
And if
That would be a proprietary expense.
And if I was reading it correctly, it had to be 25,000, does that sound right, for capital project to put it in that category?
Yeah.
I think that's what you said.
I'm pretty
Yeah, it's
sure that's
possible.
what it said in the budget instructions for that section. So we don't have a lot of 25,000 things going on,
Yeah,
Jackson.
not right now.
Because we have no money.
Regardless, we're getting paid.
Does your LOST money say capital projects or city projects?
Capital projects.
Capital.
Yep, it is capital projects.
Okay, that limits you then.
Yeah. Yeah, very, kind of, a lot.
Did you talk to Jim about that fire department?
I got an email that night, or a text message that night. I still haven't received an email. They told me they would be emailing me the agreement, the actual agreement, copy of the actual agreement that stated that we were on the hook for that $5,025.
When we get it, I went through everything I could find, and there's probably still something in a box. I could find nothing. It's only on your desk in there. And on the original 28E, but I know there's some other stuff probably back there, so, you know, just so we get a copy of it, I guess.
They said under the original separation agreement that the city agreed to pay, but I haven't seen the actual agreement yet either. That's what I said, they were gonna email it to me, and I still have not yet received it. So if I find out otherwise, then we will move forward with that as well. But right now, just still waiting on paperwork, waiting on an email. So,
That would change our,
oh yeah, that would knock that down.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's better than I thought it was gonna be, for what that's worth.
If you do, I'll go on with back in the page on the estimated, the 3-year. As you can see, the 2017, the revenues versus expenditures, they actually cut into the deficit by, what's that, $1,500 maybe. And then with 18, with all those payments that we've been having to make, that's, I mean, again, that is $38,000 added back into the general fund deficit, and you see what we have budgeted for the next year. We're $35, no, to the bad. 35 to the bad, but considering that, like I said, you look and you see what 2018 was 38,000 to the bad, and we're $35, no commas in there. So we cut into it quite a bit with what we've been trying to prepare here, so. Again, like Ina was stating there, the proprietary funds, as you see, it's gone down because whether that was a lack, of collecting, and we've still got some of those payment plans and stuff coming in, so there will be some more revenue coming in there, and we get the rate study done, and we find out what our water rates and sewer rates need to be, as well as we're considering, raising the garbage rates. That'll help the proprietary side there. But I guess with that, anybody else, any questions at all? Bob, anybody? Okay. I would then take a motion take a motion on our resolution here. 18.2.21.1, City Council has reviewed the 2018-2019 budget and approved for publication. The public hearing for the budget will be set for March 12th, 2018 during the regular City Council meeting, which begins at 7 p.m. Take a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 18.2.21.1.
Motion by Smith,
I'll second it.
seconded by Chisholm. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Roll call vote. Chisholm?
Aye.
Benj?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Van Dorn?
Aye.
All right, fellas, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll give you that motion.
Smith?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Chisholm. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. We're adjourned.